guys, it's Bonds, and welcome back to Megamix Review, nominated the most show of all time. Before we absolutely whip into these creators, I just have a couple things I want to mention. First off, I'd like to mention that there's probably going to be noise in the background because our ventilation system is making weird sounds, and I'm scared for my well-being. But actually, before we start, I'd just like to say thank you all for over 400 subscribers. This isn't the special by any means, it's in no way important at all, but I'd like to think that the diss track contest thing is the actual 400 subscriber special, which you better get to doing the thing. At time of this recording, it's only 4 days until March, which is the deadline for the contest, so get at it. In all seriousness though, thank you. I'm glad my channel is growing. Ever since like my Fox Goodman video, I think I've been getting some neat fans, some great comments, some nice feedback from all of you, and I want to thank you all, because being a big boy YouTuber is pretty fun. 400 subscribers in no way counts as me being big, but you know, a man can dream. Alright, now let's actually get into reviewing Megamixes. The show isn't called me rambling about how cool I am review. Alright, now, for those of you who don't know, I've been doing a series of these reviews on the extreme SoundCloud megamixes that have popped up over the years, and I felt like I've been doing too many of those in a row, even though it's like a mini arc, I'd say, for the show. So I felt like making some differences in the world. So today we're going to be reviewing two megamixes that have been on my radar for like months now, but I just never got to reviewing it because of time or because I was reviewing the extreme megamixes. The two megamixes we're going to be talking about today are the Just Megamashup by Dayman No Savior and the Party Time Megamix by Maniac Pop. I'm going to talk about the one that I don't have a lot to say about first, the Dayman No Savior one, because like I said, I don't have a lot to say on it because it's good. Like, Dayman has been consistently making good mixes lately, and I just like him. I in no way hide my respect for him. He makes amazing things in like the SoundCloud mashup field. He's one of the best right now, and so I love him. Wish he would acknowledge me talking about him, because I've made a couple episodes on stuff he's done, but whatever. For those of you who don't know, this mashup is like, it's not a meme mashup by any means. He doesn't want it to be a meme mashup. It's a mashup of songs that Dayman himself just enjoys listening to, which I think is a great concept for a mashup. And I don't see a lot of people doing that, because it lends to a lot of personality in the creator and a lot more creativity than you can do with just memes. Because there's only so many memes that you can mash up with so many other memes. And I think the extreme SoundCloud Megamix kind of accentuates that fact that it's kind of meme mega mashup things are getting kind of stale as of late. So I'm glad he got around to making some original things, and it sounds good. So that's something else going for him. That's why I don't got much to say about this, because it's just really good. It's got that nice smooth Dayman mashup feel to it, you know? Like, all of the songs work with each other. There wasn't really anything that I would really complain about, honestly, because all the songs work with each other. Like I just said, everything's matched up correctly, and the mixing is pretty good. And like I said for the bajillionth time now, there isn't much to complain about with it. One thing that I will complain about, however, is the transitions, because I don't really like the way he went about doing that. I felt like it was kind of lazy. Like, of course it's not lazy because it's him, but like, it just felt lazy. Because a lot of the transitions are just like those types of abrupt, just like stopping the instrumental, fading out, and then starting a new one. Which, I mean, it's fine, you can use those, and he's at least made them well, but like, there's an overabundance of them in this track. And I'll give it to him that there isn't too much contrast between the songs that he's trying to transition to, but there is some contrast, and that kind of abrupt transition doesn't really work with those types of songs, with that type of contrast. But if we're being honest, that's really the only thing I can complain about, and it's kind of a minor thing, so it's good. And plus, it introduced me to some songs that I like and sound good. So, thank you for that, Dayman. You really are our savior. That is a joke they probably hear a lot.
I sure do love me some meat.
Now we know Dayman as consistently good. He's made some great mixes. There have been things that we could complain about there, but he's consistently made some high quality mixes. But the next person we're going to be talking about has a track record of being very mixed. He's made some really great mixes, but he's also made some kind of mediocre ones that aren't too good at all. And that creator in question is Maniac Pop, my good friend. He was nice enough to give me a shout out after I reviewed one of his songs, but that's not going to stop me from ripping his to shreds, because, to be honest, the one I'm talking about is not good. We're going to be talking about the Party Time Megamix that he created with a fellow mashup creator, Vincent Mashups. I'm not entirely too familiar with Vincent's work. I did watch some of his stuff before making this review, but it's alright from what I've heard. But with him and Ozon, you gotta know that it's gonna be a powerhouse of a mix, right? With two of the big boys of the mixing community, you gotta expect it to be amazing and super good, right? Well, I implied that I had a lot to say about this for a reason, because there's a lot of negatives, and you know, I can talk about negatives and mixes all day. First off, remember when I said a while ago that Dayman had that, like, nice, smooth aesthetic to him? You know? That, like, consistent style of, like, smoothness, I guess. There's no real way to explain it, because it's just like a feeling that you get when you listen to his mixes. Well, Maniac Pop also has that, but it's less consistent, and it's more about rawness, like choppy rawness, I'd say. Like, Meme Time Megamix 5 was his pinnacle, and I feel like it was because it wasn't as, like, raw and, like, unproduced, I'd say, like his other mixes. But this one, the Party Time mix, is very lackluster. I just want to be honest, it's not that good. For this mix, he tried not to do a megamix like most people do. He tried to make a megamix based around a singular song and a singular instrumental. A lot of people have tried to do this style, like Dayman I mentioned earlier, and Maniac Pop, but I feel like this one just missed the mark on what it was trying to do. With this type of mix, this like singular song focused mix, it's supposed to try and showcase a selection of songs that fit well with this instrumental. Like if you made one with All-Star, you would throw in a bunch of songs that work well with All-Star singularly. You might layer a couple of them on there, maybe throw in a couple instrumentals, but for the most part, All-Star would be the main focus of the song, and there would be a bunch of songs that would work well with that mix, because it's in that mix, it's supposed to. But for this one, he focused on Party Rock Anthem, which it has a good melody. It's a melody that could be used for mashups well, but for the most part, it's not entirely that melody-driven or that kind of song that would work well for this type of mix. Like, to try to emphasize my point, he uses some songs throughout, like Megalovania or Kids, that have strong melodies. And those songs work well with the things he's trying to mash into them, but he's still trying to mash them into Party Rock Anthem, which they don't, since you're not mashing up a part with a consistent melody of Party Rock Anthem, which is what you're supposed to be doing, because the main focus of these types of mixes is to showcase this song and all of the things that can go into it. And if you just have another song layered on top of it and try to do it on both of them, that doesn't work, because either you're trying to do it on this one, which it works for that one, but not for Party Rock, or you're trying to do it on Party Rock and it doesn't work well for this one. And plus the mixing in general in this mix is kind of bad, like the volume mixing isn't too good. A lot of things get drowned out, like there's Rock My Emotions by Kitsune. It's drowned out by the acapella that he uses, which I thought it was cool that he wanted to use that in a mashup, but like, I can't hear it. And plus there's just some general key matching and pitch shifting issues that I could go into specifics, but I don't really think I need to. Like, everything is on sync. It's not like everything's off sync and it's horrible, but like just the general like making songs work well with each other. That just doesn't work. But I mean, overall, it had some good ideas. There were a couple segments in there that I was thinking, yeah, that works well. I like that part. But a majority of it is that bad mixing and that reliance on other songs to make it sound better with party rock. It just rubs me the wrong way, because that's not how you would do a mix of this style. But overall, both of these mixes, while not on the same level of quality, are still good. Dayman's is definitely better than Maniac Pop's, but they're both good. I wouldn't say I hated these mixes, I just had some gripes with them. Maniac Pop's mostly, but I still had some complaints. Overall, they're alright. I'll give you that. But anyways, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and stay tuned in a couple of days for the voting announcement for the diss track contest. Should be going up soon. I've been getting a couple pretty good submissions so far, and yeah, I'll see you all in the next video. And goodbye.